Hey there, thanks for tuning in to episode number 72 of the Fast Pass podcast. Coming up, a special moment in history. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And now, it's your Fast Pass time. It may only be August, but fall fun is right around the corner at the Walt Disney World Resort, with seasonal events sure to please the entire family. It's a festive time of the year to visit, especially with kids in tow. Two favorite harvest time events are the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival that kicks off August 29th and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party that starts August 16th at Magic Kingdom Park. Both events are ideal for all ages and will surely meet the approval of little ones with age-appropriate activities aplenty. Must-dos for young families during the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. Disney Du Jour Dance Party. Little ones can rock out to a DJ spinning tunes daily, plus appearances from favorite Disney characters with live performances by Radio Disney artists on Fridays and Saturdays during the fest. Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak Scavenger Hunt. Purchase a map and begin your quest to find Remy, who is hiding out in 15 different spots high and low throughout World Showcase. This low-key Ratatouille-inspired scavenger hunt is a family-centric activity just right for when you need some downtime from attractions. Once you complete the hunt, you can turn in your sticker-filled map for a special Remy-inspired prize. Candy Sushi presented by Adventures by Disney. Kids can learn to roll sushi-inspired creations with a Disney chef using gummies, crisp rice, and sweets galore. This event happens daily during the festival inside Sunshine Seasons. A small fee is required. Reservations are recommended. Family Play Zone. Let your little ones burn off some energy at this fun playground sized just right. Kids-friendly dishes. Check out dishes designed with kids in mind, like the yummy Belgian waffles dripping with warm chocolate ganache and whipped cream at the Belgium kiosk, or loaded macaroni and cheese at the Active Eat stop. There's also wicked fun for little ones during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Magic Kingdom Park is transformed with ghoulish ghosts, glowing jack-o'-lanterns, gentle spooks, candy trails, and so much more. Little ones love the friendly frights during this legendary Halloween celebration. Disney Junior Jam at Storybook Circus. This popular dance party features stars like Vampirina, Doc McStuffins, and other Disney Junior faves. Kids love the dance time with their pals, and this is one party they won't want to miss. Mickey's Booty You Parade, the all-time favorite. Grab a comfortable spot for the early parade and munch on some themed sweets while you take in grinning ghosts and floats overflowing with a fury of characters decked out in their Halloween finest. So get yourself in the spirit of fall with these annual can't-miss events at the Walt Disney World Resort. On August 9th, 1969, the doors of the Haunted Mansion first creaked open to ghoulish ghosts and guests looking for an unlivable home. Today, all foolish mortals are able to visit this spirited attraction in New Orleans Square at Disneyland Park. The Haunted Mansion at Disneyland was the first major Disney attraction to open without the direct supervision of Walt Disney. Although Walt reviewed many early concepts, he never saw the completed show. Construction for the Haunted Mansion attraction began in 1961, and the exterior of the attraction was completed in 1963. It was unoccupied until 1969, while Walt Disney participated in the 1964 through 65 New York World's Fair, and his Imagineers were retasked to work on those timely projects. The World's Fair experience made way for some of the technology that's used in the Haunted Mansion. During the early period before the attraction opened, a tantalizing, witty sign was displayed outside of the Haunted Mansion which read, "Notice, all ghosts and restless spirits." Post-lifetime leases are now available in this Haunted Mansion. For reservations, send resume of past experience to Ghost Relations Department, Disneyland. Please do not apply in person. As you enter the Haunted Mansion, you are taken into the portrait chamber, featuring some of the ghosts in their corruptible mortal state. Suddenly, the chamber begins to stretch, and once you stop, you're led into a hallway filled with eerie lighting and transforming portraits. Slowly thereafter, as you enter your doom buggy, the ghost host greets you and prepares to take you on your haunting journey. Your tour of the mansion offers a ghastly glimpse into the afterlife, including a seance conducted by Madame Leota, a ghostly party in the Grand Hall, complete with dancing and a birthday cake, followed by a trip up to the abode's attic, where a far from blushing bride and the Hatbox Ghost reside, all before ending up in the graveyard where the ghosts of the Haunted Mansion have gathered for a swinging wake. Here are some frightfully fun facts to celebrate the 50th anniversary. The idea for a haunted house at Disneyland was included in an early concept design sketch by Harper Goff, dating back to 1952, when Disneyland was still being conceptualized. Within a week of the Haunted Mansion's opening, Disneyland celebrated what was then its first highest single-day attendance. 20 tombstone tributes exist both inside and around the exterior of the attraction. The epitaphs on the tombstones were written to honor several Disney legends and Walt Disney Imagineers who created and maintained the attraction. The final exterior concept for the house is heavily influenced by the Victorian-era Shipley Lydecker House in Baltimore, Maryland. Thurr Ravenscoff is the voice of Uncle Theodore, who leads the Phantom 5 quintet of singing headstones. His voice can also be heard at Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room as the voice of both Fritz and Tangara. The pipe organ scene in the ballroom sequence was featured as Captain Nemo's pipe organ in the Disney film classic 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Leota Toombs, a former Walt Disney Imagineer and Disney legend, served as the famous face of Madame Leota. The Hatbox Ghost was featured in the Haunted Mansion when the attraction first opened. Then he mysteriously vanished, only to reappear in 2015 in time for the 60th anniversary of Disneyland. So, foolish mortals, make your way to the Disneyland Resort to celebrate 50 years of ghoulish delights and happy haunts. The ghosts of the Haunted Mansion are just dying for you to join them, and there's always room for one more. New Graveyard Games Haunted House awakens at Halloween Horror Nights. Do cemeteries give you the willies? Then this one will give you nightmares. Graveyard Games is the next haunted house to join the lineup at this year's Halloween Horror Nights at the Universal Orlando Resort. In the Ascension Parish Cemetery, it's normal to find teens playing amongst the tombstones. You'll find yourself witnessing the repercussions of the disrespectful antics of two teens who have awakened the spirits of the dead. As you roam through the cemetery, you'll wind through dark mausoleums and decaying piles of coffins. Ghosts of every shape and form will rise from the tombstones to exact their revenge as you try to escape the maze of crumbling tombstones and mausoleums. Skeletal beings, ghastly aspirations, and vengeful spirits will try to drag you into the grave. And in the end, you'll find out what happened to those who set out to deface the cemetery. Before you enter the haunted house, take the opportunity to chat with a few of the local teens and storytellers of the town. Starting September 6th, all you need is your phone and open Facebook Messenger to the Halloween Horror Nights page. You'll learn the history and spooky legends the cemetery keeps. Better to be prepared for what awaits than finding yourself coming to a dead end. It's getting spooky up in here. The gates of Halloween Horror Nights open September 6th through November 2nd, with haunted houses, scare zones, shows, and more. The excitement is building as plans for one of the nation's most inspiring sporting events, Special Olympics, come together for the 2022 USA Games. On Thursday, Walt Disney World Resort announced it will serve as the official host of the 2022 Special Olympic USA Games, which will take place at ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex. These games will celebrate the 50th anniversary of Special Olympics Florida. An event of this scale happens because of the thousands of dedicated volunteers who are passionate supporters and super fans, which is why Disney is proud to be the presenting partner of the 2022 USA Games volunteer program. Holding the event at Walt Disney World Resort continues the long-standing relationship the company has with Special Olympics, which also includes additional sponsorship and in-kind support for the USA Games, as well as employee volunteers. For the first time in the game's history, athletes were invited to create the logo for the 2022 USA Games. 9 athletes contributed to the design, including 4 from the state of Florida. The new logo was unveiled as part of a ceremony held on Thursday. We'll be sure to keep on updating you on this and other Special Olympics Florida events hosted every year at Disney, including the State Summer Games, the State Fall Classic, and the State Golf Championships. Hey, thanks again for listening to this episode of the Fast Pass Podcast. As always, we appreciate your feedback, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to tell your friends. The stories featured in this podcast are sourced from the Disney Parks blog and the Universal Parks blog. Be sure to check out both for more news and details. The Fast Pass Podcast is proudly an independent podcast and is not affiliated with any companies or brands or is an official spokesperson for either. The Fast Pass Podcast is produced by ARS Productions, copyright 2019.